It's a little dry for PlayStation exclusives this year, but there are plenty on the horizon. So here are 14 upcoming PlayStation exclusives to keep an eye out for. And also, just, quick caveat before I get started. I'm including PS4 and PC releases on this list, as well as timed exclusives. Look, I'm sorry, but that's just the world we live in these days. Alright, in alphabetical order, let's kick this off with Astro Bot. Thankfully, the first on our list is absolutely, definitely, most likely a full-fledged PS5 exclusive. I mean, I think it'd be a little awkward to be controlling a spaceship PS5 on your PC, right? Anyway, Astro Bot is getting all the attention it deserves. While this is actually the third Astro Bot game, this is the first to be called, well, Astro Bot. It's like when a band's third album is its self-titled album, but not the first one. While the previous Astro Bot games seem to be focused on putting PlayStation's new tech front and center, a la PSVR 1 in Astro's Rescue Mission, or the DualSense haptic feedback in Astro's Playroom, Astro Bot appears to be a full-fledged attempt at putting Astro Bot in the spotlight they deserve to be in. Which is great, because not only are all the other Astro Bot games fantastic, PlayStation is in desperate need of a mascot that isn't just like some gruff dude or Aloy from Horizons. Astro Bot is set to take off September 6th this year. Load up that pulse rifle and get ready to be terrified with the haunting beeps of your motion tracker as xenomorphs get up close and personal with you and their slimy tongue mouth thing in Alien Rogue Incursion. This is the first Alien VR game, and oh boy, I'm not looking forward to it, in a good way. It's a single-player action horror game where you'll need to explore an overrun facility on the planet Purdon, and, of course, entirely in VR. Alien Rogue Incursion is expected to release holiday 2024 for PS5's PSVR 2 and PC, and hopefully I'll be able to handle it a little better than Five Nights at Freddy's VR. While we're on the topic of VR, let's talk about a big game on the way. Literally, Skydance's Behemoth is a physics-based combat VR game where you, a regular old little guy, goes toe-to-toe with, behemoths. Set in the fantasy world of the Forsaken Lands, you'll fight threats you can look in the eye and giants you'll physically be looking up at. It looks daunting, to say the least. So, get ready to fight a mountain. Oh, and also, cut faces off like sliding a hot knife through a stick of butter. Damn. Skydance is probably best known in the VR space for The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which is a really fantastic immersive sim VR game. So, it's promising to see what they do in the shift from The Walking Dead to the walking behemoths. Skydance's Behemoth is expected to launch fall 2024. Concord is a brand new PvP multiplayer FPS from Firewalk Studios, which was purchased by PlayStation in 2023. During PlayStation's State of Play, we got a hefty cutscene that set the mood and tone for Concord's world and characters, which has a strikingly familiar Guardians of the Galaxy-like tone. The game itself, however, lands somewhere between Overwatch and Valorant, with an emphasis on larger-than-life characters with their own unique abilities and a focus on tactics and interrupting an enemy's best-laid plan. And speaking of best-laid plans, Concord has one. In fact, it's meant to be an evolving universe, with 16 characters available to play at launch, with post-launch updates that will include characters, maps, modes, cutscenes, and more. Firewalk Studios was founded by 3 ex-Bungie veterans, and Concord will be its first game, and will be coming to PS5 and PC soon, like really soon, as in August 23rd this year, in fact. Hideo Kojima has a habit of making games that are oddly prescient, and 2019's Death Stranding was certainly that. A game about forging connections couldn't have launched at a better time than just before a global pandemic. The game's sequel, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, is set to launch for PlayStation 5 in 2025. And while it's tough to say just exactly what this game is predicting, maybe electric gun guitars, or I don't know, like Troy Baker and Crow makeup, I'm excited to see which expedition we're taking next, and which celeb cameos we'll see along the way. Fairgames, with a money sign, Fairgame cha-ching, I don't think that that's what they wanted it to be called, but I'll call it that. Only this one time. Anyways, Fairgames is a new competitive heist game from Haven Studios, a relatively new PlayStation studio that was founded in 2021 by a number of ex-Ubisoft veterans, including Jade Raymond. Fairgames will see you work together with other players to plan heists and steal stuff. It'll be launching on PS5 and PC. The mobile dress-up game Love Nikki Dress Up is making its way to consoles for the first time with Infinity Nikki, this time merging the dress-up gameplay with an open world. And in doing so, that means outfits grant different abilities to maneuver the game's whimsical setting. Putting on the floating outfit, and you guessed it, you'll float right over obstacles, or the purification outfit to help creatures who've been corrupted by demons, and you'll look fabulous doing it. Oh, and there's so many more outfits than just those. There's an outfit to catch fish, catch bugs, or shave a sheep. There's an outfit for every occasion. While the trailer showed off a colorful world, it also took a weird left turn at the very end with a whatever this is all about. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out when it enters beta this year for the PS5, PS4, and PC. Knights of the Old Republic remake. It's been a bit of will they, won't they with this one? Originally teased back in 2021, there have been rumors of trouble behind the scenes and even whispers of its cancellation. Originally, the game was being made by Asper, a studio best known for porting games usually to Mac OS. Saber Interactive then took over the project and split from its parent company, Embracer, in early 2024. According to Saber CEO, the remake is still alive and well, but we're not closer to knowing when it will be released. KOTOR is a timed PlayStation exclusive. Back in late 2021, Insomniac revealed that it wasn't just working on Spider-Man 2, but also on another project in the Marvel Universe. This one featuring everyone's favorite grouchy Canadian Wolverine. Officially, not much else is known about the game, but a lot of details about it leaked in the big Insomniac hack at the end of 2023. There's no release date just yet, but the last update from December 2023 stated that the game was in early production. Phantom Blade Zero is an upcoming action RPG hack and slash that mixes steampunk, the occult, and Chinese martial arts. As the assassin Soul, you are framed for the murder of the head of the Order, the shadowy organization that you serve, and exiled. The team behind the game wants its action to be reminiscent of 90s kung fu movies. Action choreographer legend Kenji Tanigaki is working as the game's action director. There's no word on a release date just yet, but it's one to keep an eye on. Silent Hill 2 is regarded as one of the best survival horror games of all time, and now, over 20 years after its release, is being remade for modern consoles. Bloober Team, the Polish studio behind horror games like Layers of Fear and Observer, is remaking the classic, where we'll follow James Sutherland as he descends upon the creepy town of Silent Hill to search for answers about a letter from his dead wife. Silent Hill 2 Remake is a timed exclusive for PS5 and finally got a release date this year for October 8th, and it'll also come to PC. Sword of the Sea is the next game from Giant Squid, developer of games Abzu and The Pathless. Playing as Wraith, you ride a hover sword, which according to the developer is a snowboard, skateboard, and hoverboard all in one, but apparently also a sword, and use it to skate around the abandoned necropolis of the gods, all the while avoiding the giant leviathans who still call it home. The game will launch on PC and PS5, but no release date has been set yet. Where Winds Meet is an all-new Chinese fantasy open-world action game. It is the genre and style of wuxia, which features warriors from ancient China who have superhuman martial arts abilities. Think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Jet Li's Hero, or The Forbidden Kingdom. But it isn't all just fighting, as you will be traversing a grand open world and solving puzzles along the way. Where Winds Meet is pulling from ancient Chinese history, as well as many martial arts styles, and is cooking up to be a feast for the eyes. There's no release date, but it is expected to come sometime this year to PS5 and PC. And here's another one from Kojima Productions, which is only known as, quote, action-adventure game. Announced as a part of the partnership between PlayStation and Kojima Productions, the game will be a brand new, original IP that the team will work on in earnest after the launch of Death Stranding 2. In the announcement video, Kojima said that he hopes the game will transcend the barriers between film and video games, and will feature an all-star cast and use cutting-edge tech. Color me confused and intrigued, but that's just the nature of a Kojima joint. And there you have it. Those are all the games we know of so far that's coming sometime in the future to the PS5. To be in the know on everything that is coming to the Sony PlayStation 5, keep it here at GameSpot.